That is a full-time job. No, I was like, keeping up with regulations. And I thought, when we're doing globally, as Ray and I were both saying, when you're dealing with global laws, it's part of the, it's part of the gig, but that is where the education part I was saying comes in. Whereas, if laws change in areas where your marketers are working, you can't do education just once a year. You need to have updates. You need to inform people. But also, as I said, if you can do it in a way that is not just send out another post or another email of now pay attention, be creative on this, make it in games, make it in quizzes. There are ways to present this that is interesting and innovative, but does not, clobber them with another fact sheet. There's got to be a way to present it that I said that it is relevant and it's important, but it's interesting.
This is
Yeah,
not a product plug, but I can tell you I was a customer of TrustArc beforehand, before I was brought on board. And one of the tools actually that I used internally, like I said, this is not a product plug, but Privacy Central was very, very helpful with me as these new laws were coming down the pipeline, because you answer questions, you put in policies, and according to the laws as they are. And then as new laws are added, it shows you like how compliant you are and where you have some gaps. And for me, that was so helpful, not just having to like sit down and look at a whole new regulation or a whole new state's data privacy laws that come out when I've already done the work for CCPA or Virginia as they came out. And I could see like what I had already accomplished and then what I had left to do. Again, not a branded webinar and it's not a product plug, but it was a very helpful tool for me.
Yeah, Kathleen, having a systematized approach, something I use it for my data retention, schedules. I use a program that lets me know when laws are changing. I use, a privacy management tool, the same thing. And I do use TrustArc also, but I know there's lots of tools out there. But what I recommend is have a tool to help you monitor this, to make you aware of things. Because if you're spending your time trying to figure it out manually, you will never stay on top of it. You will always be behind chasing something. You need something that has a little bit of thought behind it. That's a program that's making you aware of things before they change, what's coming down the pipeline, rather than, oh, this was just implemented and it's too late. You're already behind the 8 ball at that point in time. But a system approach is definitely the way to go to stay ahead of that so you don't get burned out.
Yeah, and also the IAPP has their regular daily updates, daily news things that are telling you what's happening. It requires you to be proactive. But yeah, instead of going out and looking at each country's website on what's happening, finding a tool that can gather everything you need in one place, there's no substitute for that. There just isn't.